Hooray! Hi guys, it's Ogolela Matams, also known as Gelo PZ, girl from Zambia. If you're new to my live stream, please subscribe so that each time I upload videos, you'll be notified that Gelo PZ has uploaded a video. This is my YouTube platform and also Facebook. And the reason why I introduced myself as Gelo PZ is because that's how people know me and it's my trademark. For those of you who are watching me on Facebook, on Monali constituency, Lilian Mutambo, please share this video so that we discuss. And it's a live stream where we can talk about these things, particularly voting. I know we are heading towards the election in 2021, and the aspect of voting and the details of how one can vote is what has led me to come on this live stream for us to discuss very briefly on how the process is, and for you also to share your experiences about your voting. How did it go? Have you registered as a voter online? And please remember to keep comments respectful on this platform, no vulgar language. And this is Leila Mutam's TV, where we talk about real life issues affecting those living in Africa and the diaspora. So thank you so much for being kind enough to come on this stream. So remember to keep all comments very polite and professional. So comment and tell me where you are watching me from as we begin this topic. Okay, so let me get the link. The link for this live stream. For those of you who want to join me on Facebook, I am about to share the link and then we can talk about the online. Teta says, we're getting you live and clear. Thank you so much. So for those of you who are on Facebook, please do let me know. I've been so busy, but now I'm taking time out so that we can support people on this. Okay. So the first time when I heard about the online registration, of course, I was scared on behalf of all the Zambians because I knew that many Zambians had no access to the internet and to smartphones. And the second thing that came into my mind was, what was the plan of this government? Do they want to rig the election? Why are they doing this? And then the third thing that came in my mind was, for me, who never registered as a voter in 2016, this was an opportunity for me to register as a voter so that I should be guaranteed. And because I am an aspiring MP, I knew that my vote would be secure, and I knew that nobody would tamper with my registration. So I tried it out, and I'll be dropping the link for you to know more about it. And the reason why we need to educate ourselves on this is because we need to be smarter than the current government, because the current government may be playing a game on us, whereby if we are not sharp, we'll find ourselves in a mess whereby they say, oh, you never wanted to register, but we had allowed people to register online. So I gave myself as a leader to try and see if this thing works. And if it works, then I can tell you more about it and my reasons why I think it is suitable or it is not suitable. So if you want to join, let me know. If you want to join on this live stream. So I went to ECZ. So what you do is you go to Google. You go to Google and search for, is the light too bright? Anyway, it's white. Search for ECZ online voter registration. Click on that. And then you'll see, is this too bright for me? Or let me change the light. Oh, it's too bright. I don't know why. Okay. And you will see something come up like Electoral Commission of Zambia online voter pre-registration platform. So let me share the link on my Facebook and YouTube so that you can know what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, I'm going to share this and do a watch party on my YouTube, Facebook page and YouTube as well. so that everybody should be part of this. Let's not be left behind. Otherwise, it's us that will suffer at the end of the day. So here's a link to register to vote. Okay, so I've dropped the link. Oh, my nose got a cold. So I've dropped the link. So it's let me put it here on the screen so you can see it. Thank God for these screen things, they really work. So it's https://www.eccovr.org/. That's the link for you to click on to register as a voter. Now, we're going to talk about this process, and then I will tell you my reasons why I don't like it for other people. But for myself, I did it because of this. So then when you click on that, it will take you to let's create your account. The light is too bright, so I can't really see. So to take you to let's create your account, it will ask you to enter your NRSC without slashes. Note, if you have a middle name, please don't enter here. There's a provision for it when you log in. So you enter your first name, Lilian Mutambo. Lilian, my first name. Last name, Mutambo. My phone number, and then confirm your phone number, your NRC, and then you sign up. So what happens is when you sign up, it automatically takes you inside where you now start filling in the form. Now, the form is daunting for somebody who doesn't have the time. It's complicated for somebody who has not been to school. And we have read an article of some people who opened up a cafe and they've been arrested, but now they've been released. They were trying to help people to vote, to register online, and then they were arrested for doing that. So if you are in the diaspora, somebody is asking, can I register from the diaspora? Yes, you can. However, for the physical, you need to be in Zambia. But there's a part where it asks for your phone number. Now, when you enter that phone number, it's your Zambian number, I believe. And then it sends you all those things so that you can fill in. So the first process, after you fill in your name, there's a part where it says take a picture of your NRC front and back. So you take a picture of your NRC front and the back. And then after that, you go to the next section where it says hold your NRC like this, and then take a picture with you and the NRC. Now, you can only do that if you want to join. I'll post the link again. You can only do that if you have a smartphone. So if you don't have a smartphone, you can't do it. So you need to go to somebody who has a smartphone to help you. But for me, the reason why I did it was because I didn't register as a voter in 2016. I was in Britain. So I wanted to be guaranteed that when I go there, I am finding myself registering. Then going in a queue and they'll be asking me questions. Are you sure? Are you a Zambian? So I filled in the application and I received a message. So what happens is you receive a text message. Let me read it to you. After you apply, it says, thank you. It says, Lilian. Okay, first, wait. So when you first apply, it gives you the number 2492. That was my coder. And then you verify the number. And then after you finish registering, it says, Lilian, thank you for registering to vote. Your application is being processed. You will receive a text notifying you to complete your application and collect your voter's card at the registration center nearby you. And then yesterday a message came. Saying that my application has been approved. But here's the thing. That's why I wanted us to discuss this. Let me send the link. Let me send them a link. Let me send the link for those of you who want to join, because people are asking, they want to join, they want to join. I'm coming. So here's the thing. Once your application goes through, the next time you go is just for you to collect your voter's card according to what they are saying, right? Philip Safuli says, why not all the people vying for the position, both ruling party and opposition, start helping common people who are not familiar instead of complaining where you're not sure? That's what I'm telling you, that we are working on that. I didn't say that there's no place where people are doing that. It's not for me to start announcing here on media. Then tomorrow you start following me to say I'm doing this and that. I'm just here to discuss these things because it's important that we discuss them. Okay. So I'll drop the link again. Okay. My flu. Oh, that's why I didn't want to do this live stream, because of my flu. Okay, leave for now. Okay, let me get the link. For those of you who want to join, people are asking they want to join. I thought they've seen the link, but let me resend it. Hi, Prince Charming, good to see you. Tobias watching from Ukraine. How do I register as a voter? Laban says, hey, Lily, this is Laban watching from Harare. Oh, wow. Keep fighting, Mom. All will be well. Thank you so much. So Wiseman Don is tuned in from Kawe. Wiseman Don is an amazing supporter on my YouTube channel and contributor. Yeah. So for those of you who want to join the stream, here is the link. Here is a link. And then I saw the image of our Republican president of Zambia, our humble leader, appointing a new ECZ person. So I wanted us to discuss that. Why 10 months before the elections would the president appoint a new person? What's the catch? What are we missing here? Why would the president be appointing someone just 10 months before the election? Why just before election? So I've sent the link everywhere for those of you who want to join the stream. Please join the stream. And I'll be reading something about the whole ECZ shenanigans and their advert where they say you can register as a voter there. It's important that we discuss these things. If we don't, you'll never know what's going on, and you'll turn up at the voters register and they'll tell you you are not eligible, something like that. So we need to be aware of what's going on if we want things to change in 2021. Let's not be blind. Let's share this information. Okay. Clevison says this issue is not fair. How about those who don't have big phones? Yeah. So that's what we are discussing. So ECZ Online. Z Online Zambia News. And by the way, international news media and people who support Zambia, they're just watching. And for them, all they're seeing is, what is Zambia up to? What is the current government up to? Why should they persuade people to register online? So I'm going to read something from ECZ Online Registration, who disenfranchise rural voters, says Mr. Sinkamba. This was in, this is the Green Party president. This was in September. So the Green Party president, Mr. Sinkamba, says that the Electoral Commission of Zambia's ECZ online voters register process has potential to cause civil war because around 70% of the country's population lack access to technology. And Sinkamba says that the ECZ can hire experts from the Zambia Statistics Agency, ZSA, to clean up the existing voter register so that any deceased voter is removed, rather than having to compel the entire population to physically verify their particulars. And this is what shocked me. One thing that people should realize is For some of us who've been exposed to the diaspora and we've seen how the voters register is processed compared to what is happening in Zambia, it was a bit strange. And people were saying you should adapt to what has been brought in by the government. We should appreciate. All we needed to do is to go back physically to confirm that we are alive and well. And for those who are dead, that they are no longer alive. Okay, so let me allow Henry Kalukoshi to contribute on this live stream. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, and how are you?
I'm fine, thank you so much. It's been a while. My voice has gone and I've got a flu, but it's dying down now.
Well, you are working too hard, that's why.
Yes, yes, I am.
Yeah. Yeah, just a matter of contribution of what is going on in the country.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really very heartening to see our peaceful Zambia, the democracy we used to enjoy just after independence up to now.
Yeah.
But I'm very disappointed of what is going on now because I'm looking at the future children. I mean, there are children that are growing now. What are they going to say about this if say we have a situation whereby
Yeah, you can carry on. Oh, okay. Hello. Okay. I think we've lost him. Noah says it is not possible for them to make two copies while you are not aware of it. No, it's not. Okay, so I'll go back to the article. Sylvester Mwenga says, how are the prisoners and people who do not have access to smartphones able to register as voters? Now, that's the best question I have come across since we started talking about this issue of online registration as voters. That's a very powerful question. How are prisoners going to have access to smartphones? But obviously, we know that some prisoners have never voted before, so it will be the first time voting. Who is helping them to register as voters? Which devices are they using? And this is why prisoners should never have the right to vote. You are in prison for a reason, but our government is trying to use the prisons as a means of a backup for rigging, of course. That's the only way they could do it. Because if there was no reason for them to rig, or if they're not scared of anything, there's no way they could be looking for votes from the prisoners. I mean, if the current government is aware that they're going to beat the opposition leadership, we are in opposition, then they wouldn't be fighting for prisoners to vote and even banning the UPND president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, from having access to campaigning in the prisons. So I'll be sending the link again on YouTube so that you can check it out. And those of you who'd like to join, please join me. Okay, so Mwila Edwin is asking on YouTube, Madam, how about people who are staying in rural areas? How does the government help them? How are they going to help them? And then Sylvester says, how can we trust ECZ when they always side with the ruling party and do things that are very questionable? So there's a lot of mistrust. We don't trust the government fully. Why are they trying to do it online? Why are they trying to register people as voters online, and why can't they just do it the normal that we know, the traditional, which is physical? Why are they saying that people should use smartphones to do this? So there's a lot of questions, and I know many of you are not happy about it. And personally, when I tried the process, it was daunting, and there's no way somebody in the village would wait long, even if somebody's helping them, just for that process to be done. I don't think we are going to have 9 million voters, or is it 7 million voters, or 5 million voters, if the ECZ is expecting to do this online thing and expects that by 20th or 30th of November, we will have a full register. And I've seen Michael Zulu and Tim, they have protested against that. And they've stated that there's no way people can be given a short period of time to register as voters. Let me see Levy, who's here. So that's the whole idea. Okay, let's have Levy. Levy, how are you? Good to see you.
Good evening, madam. How are you?
How are you?
I'm okay, madam. I don't know about you. How has been your day?
Hi, Levy.
Hi. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
How are you?
I'm fine, madam. How are you?
You can't hear me. Levy, you can't hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. All right. Okay, what's your contribution, please?
Yeah, my
what's your contribution, please?
My main concern is on the same guy.
Oh. Yeah, you can speak. You can speak.
I feel it's not fair wanting the prisoners to vote, because the reason is very simple. These guys will be told to say, it is up to majority so that you vote for us, meaning they won't have their choice to vote who are standing. So I feel it's not fair. Prisoners should not be allowed to vote. It's only cardinals that should not be allowed to vote, because it would disadvantage other opposition leaders, because they won't be allowed to go and campaign prisons. So that's just my contribution,
yeah.
Madam. I think that's enough for me. Maybe I'll come back later. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, madam. That's just my few contribution.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. 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 Okay. No, thank you so much for your contribution. Though your phone is breaking, it keeps breaking, but maybe try to come out and come back in so that we can hear you more clearly. I'll have Messi contribute on this topic of now, so that hi Messi, how
Hello.
are you?
Hello. Hello. I'm well. How are you? I don't know what's happening, but I think there's a delay.
Hi Messi.
Hello. Can you hear?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask about the prisoners voting. I didn't realize prisoners were allowed to vote in Zambia. Is this a new thing, or has it always been the case that they've always been allowed?
It's a new
very
thing.
Strange.
It's a new thing that the current government wants to introduce, that prisoners should vote.
Oh, so they haven't actually introduced it. It's a very strange way of looking at things. That is very strange. Shouldn't people serve their sentence, and then, get a chance to be reformed, and then they can come back and prove to society that they've reformed themselves, then they can be given rights to vote. But they can't be given rights to vote while they're serving their sentence. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, so I don't know. I just find the whole thing very strange. And this business of appointing new heads of institutions, every few months, or when it appears that they're not doing what you want as a president, even when that involves going against the rules of how institutions are meant to be run. It's very, very strange. So not too long ago, we had like I think the governor of the Bank of Zambia was replaced or fired. And then also now we have a new head of the ECZ. It's all very strange. I mean, amidst a situation where people have been complaining, and they're expressing themselves about how concerned they are with these things that are being introduced. And with the online registration, what plan is there to help people who are in rural areas? Because from where I'm sitting, I don't think the rural areas have caught up with the times yet in terms of the population in that area. Will they be able to have access to mobile phones? Will they have sufficient money to be able to buy data so they can spend, several minutes, however many are required to fill out a form? Are they going to have that? It's all very strange, and it just points to poor planning by the ECZ. So it's really, really disappointing. I also don't understand why the ECZ insists on breaking the law in order to achieve what they want to achieve. For instance, with the continuous voter registration, why are you willing to go ahead and undermine the Constitution of Zambia so you can limit the registration process? It doesn't make sense. I think there's some background noise somewhere.
Yeah, Williamson, can you reduce the sound, please?
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I find that very strange that they would want to break the law and not have continuous registration. And if their aim of online registration, I do understand it. Maybe they're looking at it in terms of it will be quicker, it will save people from traveling. You can do it in the comfort of your home or wherever it is that you are, as long as you have access to a mobile phone. So it's sort of like catching up with the times, but not the entire country has caught up with the times. So this system that they want to push onto the entire nation, it's not compatible with every sector, of the country. It's just not compatible. It's not compatible with rural areas. So why are you pushing to implement this? It really does not make sense. And if you're talking about wanting to catch up with the times, why is the ability to clean up the current register, why is that so out of reach? If you're presenting yourself as this organization that has modern technology and they've caught up with the times, if you regard yourself as that organization, then it shouldn't be too difficult for you to clean up the current voters register. You shouldn't be struggling with that, but it seems they are struggling with that. So I don't see how this is going to work with the people of the rural areas. So it's very, very sad to see. I hope that there's going to be a shift. I don't know if there's been any, if anyone has any information regarding the case where they were taken to court, the ECZ. Has there been a decision on that, or the hearing hasn't taken place? Does anyone know?
Somebody was just commenting on that. You see, if you check even in the UK, in the international human rights law. I know when I was studying human rights at Belfast University of Ulster, there was that debate of prisoners being allowed to vote. But in most cases, they have not succeeded. And it was because of one person who really wanted to be given the opportunity to vote. So somebody was commenting that we are being ignorant that it was passed in the Supreme Court. Now, do we trust the court system in Zambia for it to pass on such a law that prisoners should be allowed to vote?
Do we trust any institutions in Zambia which are meant to be
Can you hear
independent?
me?
Can we trust them? You know, we're struggling to even trust the
Yeah.
Anti-Corruption Commission because they are compromised. They cannot conduct investigations independently. They can't do that. So it's very, very difficult to trust our institutions because we
Yeah.
have not been given a reason to trust them. Rather than have a reason to trust them, every day we're being given reasons not to trust them. You know, we haven't been given any reasons to trust them at this point. Has anybody been given any reason why they should trust the Anti-Corruption Commission? For instance, do you think
Yeah.
their handling of Chitalu Chilupia investigation, do you think that was appropriate? Does that
No.
give you confidence
Never.
in
No.
that institution? No,
No.
it doesn't. And with the way the ECZ has gone about breaching the constitution of Zambia, where it talks about continuous voter registration,
Yeah.
you know, when they go against that, is that a reason for you is that giving you, the electorate, a reason to trust this institution? We absolutely have no confidence in our institutions. They have been weakened. You know, they need restructuring, they need a reboot, and we need to actually get rid of everyone who is compromised and who is corrupt, because right now they're doing a very, very poor job, sadly. No one
Yeah.
can stand up to the leadership. They would
Yeah.
rather, you know, do away with their ethics and bend the
Yeah.
rules to please the current regime, which is doing a very poor job of looking after the people of our country. So
Yeah.
it's very depressing. It's very sad to see. I do hope things will change, you know, at some point. Earlier on, we were discussing why should people from the diaspora go back home? Well,
Yeah.
maybe we should also ask what caused the people to leave home and go in the diaspora. It's things like
Yeah.
this. They continuously try to frustrate it. So other people, we really need to unite, because this is
Yeah.
a major beast that we're dealing with. Very, very corrupt, this PF regime. We need to unite as a country. You know, if it takes all the different opposition parties to link together, if that's what it takes to get rid of PF, we are going to have to do that, because we're descending into chaos every single day. When a government is on its knees and they don't have the ability to defend the local people, they are constantly kissing the behinds of foreign investors. Pardon my language, I'm sorry for using that, but that is what is taking place right now. When the foreign investors who are dodgy, not the genuine ones, the dodgy
Yeah.
ones, when they do wrong, you stand up for yourself because no one else is standing up for you. You stand up for yourself, then you are the one who is treated like a criminal. You're the one that is made to apologize to those people. That
Yes.
government does not exist. You know, it's as good as dead. So really, we need to get rid of it. There's
Thank you
too
so
many
much.
reasons not to keep them. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much, Messi. Just hold on there. I just wanted to read something from the
They tried to take a full step the other day with this one was right there and just gave out. I didn't follow, just gave out. So maybe see what they probably shouldn't be drinking too much of this.
oh, I don't know what's happening to my network. I don't know. Maybe somebody's playing with it. I don't know. It was fine earlier. Maybe because we're talking about ECZ. Okay. So According to the 2005, I don't know why my signal keeps going.
Yeah, dealing with the Zambian government,
This
it's
is
possible
strange
they're
because my
playing with
internet
it.
was fine earlier. Hi, Rose. Rose, can you speak?
My contribution is the way Messi was saying, there are some people who live in the village. I'm going to give you an example. For example, in Mansa, who doesn't have smartphone, how are they going to register online? And then the other thing, how come the way Messi was saying the prisoners are going to vote? Because what this government is doing, they just want to play games, especially to the president of Zambia, because they know that if you cannot play games, you're gonna be out of the government, which is really really sad for for the Zambians, because they are in the offices because of the citizens, and then they don't respect the citizens, which is a shame to them. At least if they can respect them, because they are having money because of the Zambian to vote for them. If they want to register online, they can find a facility where you go. For example, you want to go online. Maybe the data finish, you have to start again. How does this gonna work? It's just a shame for the government to say that, and you can even see they are playing games. I think people they have to stand and speak, because when you speak in Zambia, even us, like when we speak, like the way I'm speaking right now, people they are gonna tell my family, say, oh, look at your sister, she's speaking against the PF. I was sent a message the other day. So people have to stand, because this is wrong what Mr. President is doing and the government. That's the only way I can say to the voters, and then they have to stand and register, not just speaking, talking. It's not gonna work. They will come another 5 years, it's gonna be terrible. Zambia is gonna remain with nothing. They have to consult even if they want to erase, because here in America, when you are Democrats or Republicans, you are Republicans, you have to vote. They can only take you when you are, maybe when you're dead. So that's the only thing. So people who are in Zambia, they have to be pushing and speak. So
Okay, my point, Lillian, is I'm over 34 years now, and from the time I
Okay.
was born up to today. Are you able to get me?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. From the time I was born until now, one of the things that I have noticed is we have never as a country gotten to a point where ECZ gets to allow cadres to have their own way. By this, I mean this. We had elections in Chiranga just a few months ago where we had that issue of Mkata. After Mkata was arrested, then we had to vote in a new MP that was going to represent Chiranga. At that point, I live in a place where there are a lot of PF cadres. And after that election, before that election, let me say, the night of that, the night preceding the election, there's this place where I found a lot of PF guys having machetes, having a lot of logs, iron bars. They camped there. Their sole purpose was to get to a point where they will secure votes for PF so that others cannot have the freedom to go and freely vote, because everyone who was against should have been threatened in a certain way so that we have less numbers for the opposition and more numbers for the government. Even though that happened, people went in numbers and voted for the opposition. After they voted for that opposition, we saw a situation where ECZ has representatives in each and every polling station where these elections are taking place. The ruling party got buses and imported people from other places and brought them to come and vote in certain polling stations, and made it so easy for people whose registration or whose voters cards were in other places, but they were voting in this place to make sure that numbers go up. And the promise that these people got, they were coming from an area where they had plots that didn't have title deeds, so to say. So they told them if they lost, these people will not receive these papers for them to legally own these lands. So ECZ, I'm sure, is a big what can I say? A big organization that has got a lot of people who monitor and carry out investigation in certain areas. For them to have allowed such a situation where people are influenced to vote because they were given certain promises was unfortunate, because the governments the governments that were before. I'll give an example of Mwanawasa. It's not that we are against PF, that we hate them naturally, but it's a point where it hurts to get to a point where your democracy is threatened, because now we have an ECZ that is mute like a dumb dog, that doesn't bark, doesn't have teeth. Whatever they are told, they do, and because there's a certain remuneration they receive, they will do things to support government and not do things to support citizens of Zambia. So you get to the point where people are getting meal, they are getting money. ECZ does not say anything about it. We have
Yeah.
seen videos circulating on media where people are in regalia of a certain party, beating up a certain party to reduce that number for them to not win a certain seat. ECZ is mute. They don't say anything. That is basis for people to doubt the credibility of ECZ. And on top of
Powerful.
that, you bring in a situation where Zambia is not ready to use online or internet anything
Yes.
to do with elections. You get to a point where you allow this to happen, you are not trusted in the first place. Look at the internet, the way internet was not trusted by people during the elections of 2016. People believed that there were people hacking the servers, all this thing. The best that ECZ would have done is to call. This has happened, Lily. This has happened in preceding governments before. They will call interested parties. They will call, what do we call this? Partners. All these interested parties, they will bring them abroad. discuss the way forward on what we should do and which is best for Zambia, us to have a way which is clear and everyone is clear to say, we chose this thing. We came up with this formula. They would call people so that people sit and give suggestions. This ECZ goes behind, make decisions, bring them to people, whether people like them, whether people don't like them, whether people are in favor of certain. These will not come and do anything that will support citizens. That kind of an ECZ is
Yeah.
one that is not trusted at all. What they would have done is come up with things that can help us to trust them. I personally don't trust
Yeah.
ECZ. I have done that online registration because I was afraid that if I don't do it, I might end up not voting at the end of the day. But then again, after doing it, I asked myself questions. I have a lot of people who have phones but don't really understand how to go about that situation. The only source of news that we have is ZNBC, and ZNBC has not taken up, what can I say, programs to educate people. Those programs, if they were taken by ZNBC, they were supposed to be extended to Movie, to Diamond, to all these private broadcasting uh, TV stations, so that people really understand what has to be done. But this has not been done. Stakeholders have not been consulted. How do we get to a point where we trust this ECZ? This ECZ is headed by a lot of people that were mistrusted by people coming into elections 2016, going all this time, these by-elections, these whatever is happening to do with voting has not taken into consideration the stakeholders' opinions. And this is the ECZ that we have given the mandate to run our elections. And this is the ECZ that has given more power to police to deal with people more than them finding a way of communicating. What I'm seeing, what is threatening is that our government has made, when you look at all the budgets from 2016 up to now, we have funded more of something to do with most of uh, the money to do with army, police. We have not invested into education of people, of stakeholders, and that is part of the worry of people. How can we trust an ECZ that is toothless, that is not able to stand in for the people? When they see the violence, the ECZ is supposed to come in play and then just make a decision, say, okay, we have decided to nullify this election because we were not happy. We have noticed that there are parties that were carrying out violent activities, and as a result, as long as this is done, we will not accept any result from this. They stand their foot, but this ECZ does not have a say. They just do according to what the government does. Even if there's violence, they will not mind that. They will announce an election or a result as free and fair. How can elections be free and fair when you see other people being attacked? Everyone should be happy with the result. All these people who signed is it the G12 certificate, are supposed to be happy. They're supposed to come and say, okay, we witnessed this situation and we attest to that this was free and fair. Look at the way Nevas Mumba came out. He was not happy with what happened. Ask Kambwidi, he was not happy. And these are stakeholders that are also involved. So how can we trust that ECZ?
Valentina Navarro, we are waiting for Madame to come back.
for us so that we can be aware with it. So can we be can the government help us to understand this? Because it is not giving us the green light that we are going anywhere, but we are just, the failure is haunting us. So I don't know, Madam Moderator, how we are doing this. Otherwise, myself, I cannot see any progress or any development in this, but only failure is haunting the country.
We have lost Madam Moderator here. It seems like her internet is not okay. Hello, Madam Leader, are you there? Madam Lily, are you there?
Yeah, just carry on speaking. Don't worry. I'm losing signal. I don't know why. If you can just carry on speaking, give each other a chance.
We've just noticed.
Yeah. I lost signal. I don't know why. Can we have Kofi as Daniel to speak?
Okay, maybe. Okay, thank you very much, Madam Lily.
Okay.
I'm concerned with our system here. Are you able to get me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. I'm concerned with the system that we have here in Zambia.
We can hear you, sir.
Like, okay, thank you. I'm carrying on now. I'm very much concerned with the system that we have here in Zambia, specifically the ECZ. When we come to the
we can hear you, sir. Don't worry. Just carry on.
Okay. I'm saying when we look at, like, for example, the same ECZ, the people we have there who are appointing authorities, it's the president. Why can we have the president appointing people from ECZ and you want the ECZ to be independent? Is it possible to have an independent ECZ when the same staff who are at ECZ are appointed by the president?
Are we losing
Why can't we have a system whereby... Hello?
Yeah. Carry on.
Are you getting me? Okay. Yeah. I'm simply concerned with this habit of the president appointing whoever it can be, the judges, you find the president swearing before the president. All those officers at ECZ, you find them appointed by the president. But the independence that we talk about for the ECZ, I don't see it. How can it be independent when the whole of the ECZ is appointed by the president? Why can't we have a system that appoints the staff that we have at ECZ? Look what the people we have at ECZ. For example, this man, I've just seen him recently, Mr. Shindano. The way he talks as if he's at his house. He's giving directions on what to be done at his house. Can you imagine if we say all the political parties are removed? Can ECZ still be there? Definitely ECZ will not be there. They forget that the stakeholders involved, which are the political parties, are people to be seen, to be that's important, very important. They must be consulted. Why can the ECZ come up with the things that the political parties have not been consulted? This clearly shows that they are getting a direction from the appointing authority. Like this online registration, to tell you the truth, I've got a smartphone here, but I can't register. Is my signal okay?
Hello, Madam Lily. Hello, Madam Lily.
I think
Is she online?
connection. Maybe just continue, because I think the rest of us can hear you.
Yes, I think you are getting me now.
Yes.
Yeah, the only thing which we have, the only challenge we have in Zambia is that this system we are talking about, the so-called online is so challenging in Zambia. Let's talk about education system. A lot of colleges in Zambia failed this system, online. A lot of schools failed. By the time we were in lockdown, we failed and failed. What about this ECZ? I guess and I believe that they are going to go 100% because it's not easy that Zambia is at that point of doing it. Yes, I'm saying we are failing 100% because it's not easy. We as Zambia to accommodate this system because we are very far with the system online. So, and in reaction to the last speaker, our system, our EPZ system is so somehow blatant, so to say, because they are so corrupt. And the reason is that all of the staffs and the leaders of the ECZ, they are just appointed by the president. So they are operating on an awkward system, which is not even, you don't even know the direction where we are going. Everything is just boring in Zambia. Why is it so? I'm condemning the system and I'm condemning the idea of online voting because we are failing and we are failing. That's so, madam.
Okay, somebody just commented and said, I should have just been speaking about Zambia. It's just because I'm in the opposition family, that's why I'm criticizing everything. I don't know why people can be so dumb when the bundles for you to just buy internet in Zambia is not cheap. And for someone to have a smartphone, they need good money, a good job, and for them to afford the bundles as well. Even if they do it online, they still need education. We haven't been educated by anybody except there's a video online. Not many people can read and write. I will talk about Monali constituency, where we have at least majority of people from Kalikiriki, Mutendere, Kalingalinga, Chainda, who are illiterates. And just a simple exercise of let's register online. They don't even know how to read or write their names, some of them. So for me, I'm not saying this because I'm in opposition, but I'm saying this because I'm speaking for the majority of Zambians who can't have access to the internet. Because even if we buy bundles, how many people can we register in a short space of time between now up to whenever, up to the 20th of October? Not many people. So people should be like, just because I've declared that I want to stand on UPND ticket as an aspiring MP doesn't mean that everything I say is because I'm attacking the government. I've always been talking about the government for a long time. And with this one, they have totally failed because you cannot bring it at the last minute. And then we only have a 1 month period. Now, the pressure we have now is even assisting people to collect NRCs. They don't have transport money to go and collect NRCs. Already, there's a challenge with NRCs. So how then are they going to collect are they going to register as voters online and then go in person? Like I've explained before, for me, it's okay because I didn't vote in 2016 and I wanted to have a surety that I will vote this time. And I tried it so that I explained, and it's a pathetic situation. Okay, thank you so much, Frederick, for your contribution. Can we please have Wise Man contribute, please? And then we'll have John Chikali Pa and then Henry. Wiseman, please, your contribution, sir.
Thank you very much, Madam Lady. Good evening once again.
Good evening.
And good evening to all the viewers, the listeners, and the participants.
Good evening.
I think just to start with, Madam Lady, even when you say that people are having difficulties with this online, I think you have even shown us a very hard example. Just airtime, Madam Lady. Just airtime. Just an ordinary woman just to enter airtime in his phone. It's a challenge. So now, if someone is failing to enter airtime in his phone because of technology, how then can he manage, or she manage to register online? For me, to tell you the truth, I've not even attempted to do that, because to my own belief and my own knowledge, my own research, I think registering online, it is assisting the PF to win election. What I've seen, Madam Lily, why can you register online? Then you go and get the physical voters card physically. What is the logic there? So I'm seeing the situation where you are going to register online. Then when you go to get your card, you'll be told your card, the system didn't accept you. So for that, instead of you waiting for your old card, just register a new one here and you get your card. Who's going to use that card which you registered online? No one knows. Those are tricks. Cybercrimes is playing tricks on this one. Imagine, Madam Lily, today I register online, then the system accepts me. And in the process, Madam Lily, I die. I've registered, I haven't get my card yet, and then I die. Where is that card going to go? Who's going to benefit from my card? Who's going to claim it back to say, this guy has gone and I have to get it back? No one knows. The SEZ didn't tell us how secure that system is. No one knows the security system. You see? So for me, all those things, if you see them as Zambians, I think we need to just to come up and say this online thing, it's a failed project. We don't even know who controls our network system in Zambia, because ZICTA is a failed project. The ZICTA has failed to trace people who store money in our accounts. So we don't even know control the internet system to start with. And all those security measures, if ECZ were to tell us to say, okay, we are introducing this thing and we have put security to it to tell you that no one is going to tamper. But they have never ever issued that statement. So for me, online register, it's a bad thing. Let us not even encourage people to go with it. Let us just wait for the physical one, where if I go today, I'll register and I'll get my card there and now. Not where I register, because I was assisting people in Kabwe to try and do that to see if it's working. Some people, some they were showing that you apply, the system has accepted you. After maybe 4 or 5 days, you receive a message back to say your system has been rejected. So now imagine you are sure that you have been applied and you are waiting for your card, not knowing that the system has rejected you. You go by the actual date to go and get the card. The card is not there. What is it we are doing? We are going backwards. Talk about e-learning. If grade 12 people who are going to school, fresh-minded people, they failed to participate in e-learning. It was difficult for them. What about an ordinary woman who's coming from Kunari? What about that old man who has never been to schools, coming from Kabwe, Lusaka, Kopa Belt? How is he going to manage with this privilege? Yes, to start doing things online, that is where the world is going now. But the PF government, they are doing it starting from on top. You cannot eliminate a tree by removing the leaves. You have to eliminate a tree by cutting the roots. But if what they are doing, they are doing shortcuts, because they know the tricks, what they want to do with this online registration. Coming to the ECZ, I can't trust ECZ. For me, ECZ is a surrogate of PF. And for me, since I'm using this is a worldwide platform. I'm sure they are listening these other people. I think the world community, they are not helping Zambia. Let me cry now. The world community, more especially SADC is not helping Zambia, because ECZ is not working for Zambians, but it's a surrogate of PF. It's that time Sajik have to come in and control the situation. Look at Esa Ochuru, madam, last time in Chipata, where I announced more people voted for Edgar Lungu than the people who registered. That was a very serious crime, which can even make a petition, which can even make President Lungu to come out of State House. What has happened about that? Nothing. Last time we had a foreigner entered in the room where we are keeping our voters. We didn't have anyone to come and assist us. You see, all those things, they are things which are serious, which I think and these other groups from the international world can assist us. Because even our courts, they are not helping us anymore. You see, our courts are not helping us anymore. They are scared. If they pass a judgment which would be in favor of the Zambian people, they'll be fired. So they are scared of their jobs. So that they are passing judgments which are not in favor of Zambians. Look at the recent one, madam, which they said inmates, prisoners must vote. In whose favor? Who cried that now prisoners must be voting? No one cried. Not even in themselves, the prisoners, they didn't even request to start voting. But who make a decision on their behalf? It is the court. The same court which says you ministers pays the money and they have not paid. But when it comes to the inmate voters, they have allowed it. Where even the boss of the prison service was saying you won't allow opposition leaders to go and campaign. They are quiet about it. That is the time Israel was supposed to come out and say no. If you are saying you're not going to allow the opposition to campaign, then inmates are not going to vote. But they are quiet. That Shindano is just, I don't even know how I can describe that guy. He thinks he won Zambia. What I'm telling you, Madam Miri, what ICZ is doing now, they are planting a time bomb. That time bomb is going to burst and Zambia will be on fire. It has not be fear of talking about what we can see. You see, Zambia is our country. If we start pretending when we are seeing fire, things will mess up.
Not even in villages or even in town.
Imagine, madam. Everything they are doing, they are in favor of people who are living in town. Zambia is for everyone, whether you are in the village, the same government has failed to produce network to the people who are in the village. Then they want to bring technology. Let us bring something which will cover all the people, which will benefit all the people, based on wherever you are. Look at America. Everyone is enjoying it. So for me, as I wind up, madam, I want to tell the people who are listening right now that registering online, let us not even focus on that. It is a failed project. Let us reject it. Let us wait for the physical one, because that one I'm assuring you, those registering online, you are adding votes to the PF, and the PF they are going to use that one to manipulate elections. Thank you very much for following.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Amazing talks. The youth are angry, guys. The youth are not happy about what's going on. Can we please have John Chikalipa, please, on this platform? Hi, John. Hi, John. Oh, sorry. Let me unmute you, John. Let me unmute you.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you, John?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah. How are you? How are you? Oh, sorry. Let me unmute.
Yeah.
Let me unmute. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm okay. Can you hear me, madam?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
We can hear you. Carry on.
You can hear me now.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to. Can hear you. All right. I just want to add on the issue of this online registration thing.
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I think the next. Are you?
Carry on. Carry on.
Okay, okay, right. I wanted to add on the online, the issue of online registration. These things it takes time to work on, because these things I started it almost 1 week ago, doing something to do it at some party. Then they stop again, maybe 3 days, then you receive the message to do it. Then you do as that, then they stop again later. Again, they will give you another to work on that. But how come if those people are living in rural areas, are they going to manage? This is my question. Are they going to manage? Because we don't have these whatsoever. Are they going to manage it? Because there are some people, old people, whatever, who have never been to. So they're going to manage it. So, and the other thing is these things of what we PF. I don't know if
I think
we are.
I think your signal, John Chikalip, I think your signal is breaking. I think your signal is breaking. So try and come back. Log out and come back because it's breaking. We can't hear you completely. Let's have Morris Walia. How are you? Try again, John Chikalipa, to come back. Hi, Morris Walia. Hi, Morris Walia.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah,
Hi,
what's
guys.
the contribution?
We are back again.
Yeah.
Oh, my headset. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, lost him. Okay. Oh. Okay, let's try. Henry Kulosha, how are you? Kalukoshi. Hi, Henry. Can we try Henry?
Me. Hello.
Yes, Henry, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
I was okay. I was actually the first person when the show started, but I was interrupted somehow.
Oh yeah.
This topic is very interesting, and I feel this country is not going in the right direction, because when I look at what is going on right now, it's really something which is not good. You know, why is PF panicking? Imagine they are the ones in power, but they're acting as though they're in opposition. Why can't they just let the game, the ball roll, that everybody can participate and see the popularity of them? I mean, if I'm a president and I'm in power, why should I fear for an opposition? You see, they're trying to do all these tactics so that a lot of people, especially in the strongholds of UPND, like Northwestern, Southern Province, and Western Province, they are trying to actually decongest some numbers from there, meaning they don't want. If you look at the outcome of 2016, how the results were coming from Northwestern, Southern Province, that is where they're actually afraid and very scared. So this is just to try and eliminate some voters not to vote as they did last time, because I can rest assure you, if there was an election today, I don't think PF can stand to win even at 20%. You see, UPND cannot even start telling people what they're supposed to do. Already the situation in the country has told everybody. It has campaigned itself, you see. So what is it that they are fearing? In my own analysis, I'm thinking PF is not scared about losing elections. They are scared of the outcome of after
Yes.
election, the
Yes.
aftermath. That's
Yes.
what I'm thinking, because they are not actually afraid of losing an election, but it is if they lose, what next? So let us try to manipulate these elections and all that. There was one time I was listening to Mr. Shindano. When Mr. Shindano was appointed, I felt my heart to say, okay, there's a new blood in the Electoral Commission. So I'm sure maybe there will be some, Chulu will be advised by such a brilliant young man. I know he speaks very good English, but after following for some time, there was that arrogance in him, which I felt, oh, we are in trouble now, you see. And the other day, I read an article where Mr. Chulu said opposition should look for their own electrical commission of Zambia. Honestly speaking, I'm sure everybody read about that. Do they think that being there it's because of the parties that are actually playing in this election? If there were no parties playing in these elections, honestly speaking, there wasn't going to be an ECZ. It's because of the of the people who wanted ECZ to control their votes and elections. They put them there. They are forgetting what they are getting paid is from the taxpayers' money. You see? Now they shouldn't just grow arrogance like that. So the registration of the voter, the voting online, that is just a big fraud. And I don't think we should entertain over that, because honestly speaking, if they thought about online registration, they would have started telling people just after the 2016 election, so that people will be aware and people can be explained why it is important to really have an online registration, not whereby it is almost few months to go and then abruptly they decide, oh, let's just do this, and erasing the old register. That is unacceptable, and it is actually criminal. A lot of people have already said about the people in the villages, they cannot do the registration online. There's no network. That's the fact. You go
Yes.
to Shangombo, there are places whereby there's nothing. They even struggle to make a call because of no network. And who has the smartphones? There's no internet cafe there. People don't even know about what is going on. So I was just talking to my people in the village to say, have you heard what the ECZ has just announced? They say all those cards that you are having will be invalid because there's an online registration. And guess what? They asked me, what is that? What modesta is that online registration? I said, oh, you need to have a phone and all that, and then after that you have to verify. Then they said, that is not good. That is unacceptable. We want to choose our own leader. Why are they blocking us? If they felt they are actually doing the developmental work and trying to make this country be a better place, they wouldn't even go to that extent, honestly speaking. We've had successful governments. All right. Look, Chiluva, may his soul rest in peace. He tried his
Yes.
level best. There was corruption in there, but he handled the opposition perfectly well. He gave
Yeah.
them he gave them an open playing field. They criticized him. Mwanawasa also was the same. And I remember one time they even called him cabbage, and he retaliated to say, I am not cabbage, I am a T-bone steak, with passion, because he's a leader. There's anything if there's anything for a leader, you have to accept criticism. That's the most important thing. So when I look at Shindano and Chulu and our mother there, I think deep down in their heart, they know that what they're doing is wrong, and
Yeah.
God is telling them, you three people, what you're doing is not the right thing. You see, they are forgetting they've got relatives, they've got children, they've got grandchildren, they've got a lot of friends, and I mean, a lot of people are behind them. But why should they go to this? Because they know the consequences of this. I can rest assure you, if the outcome of 2021 election will not be acceptable by the opposition, I don't think we are going to have a good country. Because 2016 nearly had to make that spark. But thank God there was some leaders who stood firm to say, no, 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 please, let's just hold on. Let's just do this. That's why they went into petition. And during the inauguration, it was a rapid kind of organizing and everything. And that's how things worked out. But we thought, okay, let's just put this behind and see what's going to happen. And again, they're trying to do certain things that actually were done in 2016. No ways, that's not going to work. It will
Yeah.
not work. So my uncle Chulu and my brother Shindano and my mother, please look down yourself and look up to God and say, are we doing
Yeah.
the right thing for the people of Zambia? Why should we, go into this direction? It is not right. So I felt, in my own opinion, they should think twice, because the consequences of this won't be actually good. We are not actually trying we are not trying to think or marginalize about maybe a civil war or anything like that. No, no, no. We are talking about the suffering of us Zambians. Please, people, look at our country. We've got gold, we've got all these things, copper, all the natural resources. We only
Yeah.
have a problem, it's leadership. And if we just go on and let this people continue, I can rest assure you this country will be something else, that will go back to will be slaves, you see, because dictatorship is going to get in, it will grow roots, and once it will grow roots, I can tell you it will be very difficult to really approach such kind of a monster in our country. So
Okay.
this is the time. This is the very time we should fight hard and make noise, press hard, so that they will be convinced. I know there are people out there who are telling them, guys, what you are doing is not right. But they are also under a certain situation, a force whereby they are scared to lose their job. It's better they lose their job and save the country. That is the most important thing. Not panicking and trying to put a situation in the country which is not conducive. Look at our neighbors. Their neighbors are laughing at us. And I remember, I just followed one of the speakers there said, Sadiq also is so quiet. Sadiq should come in and step in, because the consequences
Yes.
won't be good in
No.
2021.
No.
And during the campaign period, that's when we're going to see the results of 2021, because
Yes.
campaign will be the hottest campaign ever in the history of Zambia. So this is not the time to really get this with a kid's glove. We have to really press hard. We don't want to fight or maybe a physical fight. Let's go to legal issues and press the courts and try to do all sorts of things to really convince these people in ECZ. If they fail, they should just, resign. Simple as all that. They just have to resign and give way to other people who are, credible to do the job. Because
Yeah.
why, honestly, should we go into such a mess? Zambia has never had noise like this. The noise that we are getting is even irritating a baby a 5-year-old child. It's so irritative, and I feel it is not the right way to go. Zambia, God has given us riches. God has given us everything. We only need leadership. That's what we lack. So, people, let's fight hard and get rid of these people, especially these three people. Because if these three people are really moved, Esau Chulu and Shindano and our mother, I'm sure things would work out for the country, because there are people who are out there in Zambia who can really hold this without fear or favor. That is the only way. But 2021, I mean, the voters registration online, I feel it is going to be a big problem. I also tried to register online. I couldn't make it. I failed. It was just saying invalid. I couldn't understand. And now my question is, why is it that they have decided to go on online registration and then verify again
in person.
physically in person? What is the logic behind that? What is the logic behind that? You see, I have my NRC with me. I have got my my voters card with me. The last time I went to verify, I just took the old one and I took it there, and it was done. You see, but why should we go on having troubling people? There are people in the diaspora right now who are willing to vote. So do you tell me they would travel all the way again to come and verify? That is unacceptable. It's not right. You see, a person from the diaspora should come in, do his physical, I mean, maybe checking of the vote, his card, and comes to vote once, and he goes off, waiting to see what the results are going to be. You see, I think it's just the manipulation of the incumbent government right now. They want to really rig before we even vote. We are not going to allow that situation. It will not happen, because people have already decided, no matter what's going to happen, even if they press on this, look at Bill 10. What has happened to Bill 10? You see? So if we also make noise about the whole thing, about this online thing, it will also come to a dead end. And you know, time is running, and this is the only time we have to fight. You see?
Thank you so much, sir. Our time is going, and there's others that want to contribute. Your contributions are valid. Thank you so much. So let's have Maurice, who's been dropping with the network, and then we'll have Walia Mulenga, and then we'll have John. I hope, John, this time you'll be fine, and then Levy a little bit. So let's do this. Let's start with Maurice. Can you unmute your sound, please? Unmute your sound, please, Maurice. Maurice, unmute your sound. Maurice, can you unmute your sound, please?
Yes, yes, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. I think this guy, you know, these guys, you know, we know they pushed for Bill 10, and now they saw, I think Bill 10 is not going to work. So I think Bill 10 also had just some issues of manipulating things so that it can favor them. But now, since they saw that it's not working, though they might bring it back, so now they're trying to push their lucky with this online voting. Then the other thing, my brother there, I can't remember which one, he mentioned something like he tried to register online, and after, is it 5 days, he was told he was rejected. So it just came to my attention that who knows, maybe they are when they say it's rejected after 5 days, who knows, maybe they have taken your details so that they can you know, they're piling up their everything, data, you know, maybe you voted already there. who knows that, I mean, I'm just thinking, after 5 days, and then that's when they're saying rejected. This thing of online. So, and my brother there just mentioned that, maybe people, before the day of voting, people have already voted without knowing, that they have voted. Yeah, PF, they are trying to make sure they appoint everyone in those, those electoral commission of Zambia and other parts of, government organization, just to make sure that everything goes in their favor. So, and I'm also seeing the situation whereby one day, the time of voting, people in the villages will be just asking, it's time to vote. Are we not voting? Where is the polling station? And people will be telling them, you vote online. And I can imagine now you're telling Wambuya you're telling Wambuya, voting online, how? Because people, we are used to vote on, to go to the polling station, and now if it won't be there now, imagine now people they're expecting to go, because other people, this thing of voting online, believe me, in the villages they don't even know it. No, they haven't even heard about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is
So
going to be difficult.
registration,
So the time will come, people want to vote, and then they'll be like, let's vote. Wait. Kuvotera pamananga ni papa phone. Yeah, I can imagine. There'll be chaos. It's going to blow up. It's going to blow up.
Thank you so much,
Whatever people PF is doing is sorry.
I was saying thank you so much, Maurice. What I was trying to correct you there is that the online registration is a pre-registration and then once you're approved, then you go physical. So the challenge is people doing it online and then going physical again, like what you're saying. People will be confused. They'll think they're already registered online, and then it will be too late. And there's a short period to go physical.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's whatever they are doing, whatever PF is doing is going to blow up. That's the fact. It's going to blow up. Or otherwise, they will again realize that this thing is not working, because out of 17, 18 million people, they will only see maybe 1 million people have managed to do that online voting, and the rest of people won't be able to. Some will just fail to do it, then they will give up, and some they don't have phones, maybe. So maybe they will just have a very small number who will be able to do it, and they will see that it's not also favoring them, because they need a number to win. So this thing is not gonna work. Whatever PF is doing is not gonna work. It's okay. Whatever I'm seeing now, it relates to what I heard from Siawan is saying, that there will be confusion in PF. There will be confusion. I think this is the confusion we're seeing. Because remember how they pushed for Butane. They pushed. It never worked. Again, they've dropped it. They've dropped it a little bit now. It's on hold. So now they want to push on this online thing. They want to see how it's gonna go. Once they see it's not working, they'll try maybe again Butane.
Yes.
Yeah. Or otherwise, then the time is ticking. The time is ticking. The time is ticking. Then they'll come to realize that oh shit, the time has gone. We've tried Butane, we've tried this. It's not working. I'm sure soon we'll hear something else. Yeah. There's confusion. We'll hear something else very soon.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, all right.
Let's have
guys. Cheers.
Let's have William Mlenga speak, and then John. Are you okay, John? John. Mwale Mulenga, you need to unmute your volume.
Hello.
John, can you speak, please? Yeah, John.
Hello. You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Just want to good evening, everyone. Okay. I just wanted to add on the issue of voting system, which has been brought by this called when so-called and easy fellow colleague. So this issue of voting online or registration online is pathetic. It's a pathetic embarrassing to the nation, because this thing of doing from one imbalance to another imbalance, from one imbalance to another imbalance, don't it won't give us a sense.
I think John, your signal. I think John, your signal is completely off. Completely. Let's try. John. I think signal na ishupa. Let's try. Levy. After Levy, maybe we'll try Walangaisa. So Levy, what's the contribution again? That time you only had one line to say. You've got more to talk? Hi, Levy. It's frozen as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Me, I feel if nothing is done with these guys, the ECZ, as well as these guys, the issue they are pushing for prisoners to vote, it's either these elections are suspended, because stakeholders, if stakeholders are not happy with what you are trying to do, then it means these guys they just put themselves to say we just do forever. Because if the other opposition guys are not happy with what has happened, because they are stakeholders, and this issue they are trying to force the prisoners to vote, then what is the purpose of voting if they are shining their friends to come together and agree whether prisoners should vote and whether this thing of registering online is okay with everyone? So
the signal, I think.
Election get to be pushed on to a later date, and we cannot take it anymore. Because I'm imagining another 5 years, if these guys continue ruling another 5 years, what will become as Zambia? And I also feel like these guys, the statistics are not helping us. These are the things that they have to look at, seeing that there will be an election next year. They need to be on the ground and see what people are complaining about. But they're just quiet. No one is coming to gather information so that during the time of voting comes, everyone will be happy. All the stakeholders will be happy. But they're just quiet. No one is even coming to get information. The journalists. So those are the few words I have to contribute on this one. Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. Thank you so much for your contribution. Luhana Samuel, I've missed you. It's been a long time. Luhana Samuel. How are you, Luhana? Hello. Okay, Luhana is off. Okay. Hello. Luhana is gone. Okay. Okay, Luhana. Maybe you might want to say one or two words and then. Hello. Luhana is gone. Okay. Hi, Messi. Maybe you would want to say something and then we conclude.
Hi, I don't have much to add. I think people have expressed almost everything that I was thinking about. The only thing that I would add which we've known really well, is the carelessness of ECZ, which they have exhibited. I mean, when there's problems right in their face, they're not putting anything in place to try and get on top of that or prevent things from descending into further chaos. So they insist on using a system which is not compatible with every part of the country. They decide to go ahead. In addition to that, they are going against what the Constitution says by limiting the voter registration time. So we're not having continuous registration anymore. You know, wanting to present themselves as this organization which is ahead of the times, and yet in presenting themselves that way, there's a massive failure when it comes to finding a solution or figuring out how they can clean the current register. So to me, if you fail to do something as simple as that and insist on something which is a lot more complicated, it really doesn't make sense. You're more of a failure than you're actually letting yourself out to be. And when you're also facing problems with issuance of NRCs, where they're going to underage people, where they're also going to people who don't qualify to get them, like foreigners. So you have all of these problems that are presented to you. I would expect you to be putting systems into place, like to have controls, because this has a direct impact on voting, and there will be a lot of voter fraud going on. So it's very disappointing. I have no faith in the ECZ as long as it continues to operate the way it operates, and it doesn't stand up to the government for it to present itself as independent. I have absolutely no faith in them. So I think it's very important that we continue voicing our opinions and exposing them for exactly who they are. It would be very, very embarrassing for them, and they will go down as the worst, especially the heads of the ECZ at the moment. They will go down as the worst in our country's history. Very sad and disappointing. I'm looking forward anyway to things changing, and we can have more competent people who have a backbone running our institutions, and hopefully they will be more independent and stick to their ethics. So that is all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Mercy, for your contribution. Somebody is saying we must protest against online voting. And tomorrow, by the way, there's a protest from NDC youths and UPND youths. It was rejected by the police, but the UPND and NDC youths say they are going ahead with the protest regardless of what the police have said. So let me see who else is here. So I think we should just conclude, and tomorrow we'll come back with another topic. I was just surprised that the president appointed a new person as the ECZ something. Is it the ECZ vice chairperson? Yeah, and I believe it's, yeah. This is a new person, Emily Sikazwe, as vice person. Pali ratifies appointment of Emily Sikazwe as vice chairperson. Etambuyuk ratified the appointment of Dr. Sikazwe as vice. Parliament has also approved the presidential appointments of retired. So this was in September, but yesterday he was giving out. Okay, yeah. So this is, I believe this is a woman. Oh, this one died. Somebody had died this year, but then somebody else has been appointed by the president. Let me go on President Edgar Lungu's page so that we get the facts correctly and clearly. The president is nearly hitting 1 million likes on Facebook. He was at a few likes before, but now he's almost hitting 1 million. So yes. So he said, fellow citizens, I have sworn in the new Bank of Zambia governor, Mr. Christopher Mvunga, the one that we talked about last time because he had fired the other guy, and the Electoral Commission of Zambia Vice Chairperson, Dr. Emily Joyce Kazwe, following the ratification of their appointment by Parliament last week. Do we even have faith in Parliament? So this is what happened, and then he's congratulated them. So why should we? I know that somebody died from ECZ around May, but I don't know why this person is being added now. Is she on payroll or something? Only they know what's going on. So
and that's a vice, isn't it? She's not
yeah,
actually the person on the top. And
yeah,
there's all sorts of issues that come with that. When you're new
yeah,
to your role,
yeah,
you tend to take the advice of those who have been there longer
yes,
than yourself. Now, when
yeah,
you look at those that have been there longer than yourself, they do not have a backbone. And what they
no,
do is whatever the president
yeah,
asks. Wrong or right, they do whatever PF asks. So chances are this vice person will be following in the same footsteps. There's nothing wrong with replacing someone once they
yeah,
have passed away. You do need someone to be doing the job. The issue for me is, are people doing the right job in the first place? That would be a no from me. So
yeah,
it's just a replacement, and the same misdeeds are more than likely going to be perpetuated. I mean, let's say this lady has a backbone, she gathers some courage and challenges the person above her. Chances are she's going to be replaced. She's not going to last very long. So I still have no faith in this institution, because they have given me countless times. They've given me reasons not to trust them. They have not given me any reasons to trust them. Unfortunately, I do want to trust them, but they keep sending me the other way. So yeah, hopefully we'll all band together and get rid of the current regime and put in someone better to clean up the mess.
True.
Yeah. So, according to Fiambe Media, they said civil society leader Emily Kazwe is now the ECZ vice chairperson. Parliament has unanimously ratified President Edgar Lungu's appointment of Emily Kazwe as vice chairperson. And then Mrs. Kazwe replaces the late vice ECZ, Mrs. Annette, who passed away in May. But the person died in May, June, July, August, September, October. Why wait 6 months?
One might even ask the question, why wait 20 years to decide to have an inquiry on privatization?
Yes.
And you might even ask, are we going to have to wait another 20 years to have an inquiry on the 48 houses? Will it be another 20 years before we take an interest in figuring out why there was misallocation of funds to a non-existent pharmacy? It's just the timing of these things. It's suspicious. The priorities are misplaced, and it's really sad to see, and they do it shamelessly in broad daylight.
Yeah,
that is long for you.
This is why there's a saying that there's a rat. I smell a rat, and that's exactly what's going on.
Well, this rat stinks. It stinks bad.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me on this live stream. We'll end this live stream. And remember, on this platform, we talk about real life issues and what's going on in our country, Zambia and Africa. If you've never subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Lily Mutam's TV.
Before you go, Lily, I have recommended you to be a very hardworking person, because I've never seen an MP.
One more thing, Lillian.
Acting like the way you are doing. You are incredible, I'm telling you. And I'm sure most of the MPs now are eyeing to say, we should do what Lily is doing. You know, you are
change the game.
Are really, you are changing the game, Lily. That's the word.
Done.
Change the game. Well done, bravo, thumbs up.
Yay.
Well, welcome, MP. Messi is moving to Zambia as well.
Yes. We need to clean up.
Yeah, you should come, Messi. We need you.
I will.
Messi will be
home is where the heart is.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's good.
Yeah, Lillian.
Yes, hi, sir. Luana, I think we can go to Luana now. Hi, Luana. Luana, how are you?
Are you in UK or you are in Zambia? Did you go back to UK?
I'm still in Zambia.
I see that background, the UK background. I used to see that when you were in UK. Now I'm seeing it.
Fine, and you, Lillian, how are you?
I'm fine. Tizagamba Bwino Morris.
The UK background, I used to see that you are in UK. Now I'm seeing. Fine, and you, Lillian, how are you?
Hi, Luana. I'm fine. Tizagamba Bwino Morris. Okay, let's try. Maus, how are you? Maus Ulbanji.
Hi, how are you? Lillian. I'm good. How are you? Yes,
how
Lillian.
are you?
All right, guys. Good night. I'm out.
Okay, good night.
Night.
Luana. Luana simulipo lero. Mauza Bwanji, unichapa bwino. I think volume tiny. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for your love and support. We shall see you tomorrow during another live stream about what's happening in Zambia and across Africa. I'm doing two live streams now on my YouTube channel because I need to catch up on a lot of topics with you guys, and then I'll be sharing videos as well on my YouTube channel. Na totela sana. Luhana, I don't know what's going on. Simveka.
Simveka phone, I don't know why.
Kambani manje Luhana, Muribanji.
Vino Muribanji. Viveka.
Muveka.
Ndinokalipa chemaninga randigumulira manzi yanga munali constituency vera bwino ro ningala kwa majopa. Ndinokalipa maningi manzi vantu vanga vavutika munali constituency. So ma MP wanga honorable Lillian Mtambo nizi vati valiko za control next year chaka chibwera. Nizi vapalibe doubt iliyonse.
Aini.
So I like jipasa pressure to pressure. Swagona. Ukacha chape waganzira chape UPND na NDC.
Oh. Mukafaka pressure pa ground.
Mukafaka pressure kuipa.
Aini. Ba Messi baza
pressure iliko. Yeah.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Okay.
Good night. Bye.
Bye. So, my sister Messi, God bless you. See you tomorrow. Messi, once I'm a member of parliament, you are coming with me to Zambia to sort out finances.
Yes, we'll be there.
You'll be the financial director of Monali's constituency.
Yeah, let's work hard and let Zambia rise.
Yeah, no, we will make sure that Zambia rises. So see you tomorrow. Messi, if there's any topic that you'd like to discuss regards to our diaspora, please let me know, so that just send me a message on WhatsApp, a topic that you think we can discuss this one, and then I will bring it on, and then we can talk about it.
No problem, I will.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Take care. Bye, Messi.
Bye. Bye.